everyone! Bad reception and Snowy here. Today we're going to highlight some of the amazing artists out there who have visual snow and use their talents to present what this syndrome looks like to the world by creating amazing works of art. In this gallery, we will be showcasing the works of Mary Payton, Jennifer Bell, Michelle Holman, and Nwando Ebizie. Let's begin with Mary Payton and her amazing paintings. Go take a look, Snowy! Though it seems like an impossible task to represent her unusual vision in a single static image, her most recent work is a vigorous examination of how her eyesight feels emotionally. These pieces have been exhibited in several local and solo shows. Very vivid and generally considered happy and exciting, full of movement and texture. But enough from me, let's hear from the artist herself. Take it away, Mary.
Hello out there, my name is Mary Payton. I am an artist and I have visual snow syndrome. I think I've had it all my life. I do remember noticing some of my symptoms as a young person and through my life, but not to the extreme that it is now. I had a very bad infection in my eyes, and when that cleared up after weeks of recovering and medicating, I was left with increasing symptoms of visual snow syndrome. So at this point, it is sort of everything. It keeps me from driving and walking unassisted, but it also has inspired me to paint again. And so I am painting again now, and visual snow is a huge part of what I make. Every single one of my paintings has dots, and they're all finished with sort of splatter dots because that's just how my world is, right? I see my world in a series of dots these days. Yeah, I would love to meet any of you, field any questions, talk to any of you about what it's like. Here's some of my work behind me here, and you can see how dots play a big part. It's about color and happiness and finding your way through. I'm thankful that I have art to have gotten me there. So thank you, it's nice to talk to you all. Have a great day.
Thanks, Mary. To learn more about Mary's paintings or purchase a piece, follow the links in the description below to her website, socials, and more. Next up is another fantastic painter with visual snow. Meet Jennifer Bell. Jennifer's work centers around pattern and visual perception, influenced for the most part by her experiences with visual snow. Although it may not be a view shared by everyone, she finds it fascinating to think that we have no idea how each person actually sees the world. Highly patterned, her work explores the beauty that surrounds us every day. Jennifer shares this unique experience of the world through her art. Jennifer's artwork often incorporates recycled materials and images of discarded and decayed objects. In her own words, she states, "These dots appear as a fine veil of dancing kaleidoscope color that can never be turned off, even on the calmest day and in the simplest of environments. Surroundings that may seem static and plain to others are full of movement and decoration," emphasizing that pattern and beauty can be found in everyday things, understanding that beauty exists in the imperfect. To learn more about Jennifer's paintings or purchase a piece, follow the links in the description below to her website, socials, and more. Our next visual snow artist is none other than Michelle Holman. In her own words, she shares, "I first started experiencing visual snow when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade, but I didn't really know what it was at the time. I kept seeing all of these dots, asking my mom about them. I went to a few doctors and had multiple unpleasant eye exams and an MRI to see what was wrong with my vision. We didn't have Google back then, so we couldn't just look up my symptoms. After all test results came back as normal, I just accepted that I saw the world differently than other people. Then when I was in grad school, I started creating work on vision, specifically my vision. Later in grad school, I started doing dot paintings of all the different colors that I would see. Then I was talking to one of my professors about how I see these dots, and she said, 'Why don't you try Googling your symptoms?' And that's when I learned about visual snow for the first time. It had never occurred to me to Google what I was seeing until that moment. From that point in time onward, I've been creating work on how I see. I've dabbled in video installations alongside my painting relating to visual snow. I'm really happy that I have visual snow. If I didn't have visual snow, I honestly don't think I'd be an artist. To learn more about Michelle's paintings or purchase a piece, follow the links in the description below to her website, socials, and more. Now it's time to feature Nwando Ebizie, who is the creator of Distorted Constellations. Distorted Constellations, presented as part of Liberty Festival, created an immersive installation using ambisonic sound and projections onto gauze to transport the audience into the imagined landscape of the artist's perceptual reality. Here, visitors traveled through a fragmented labyrinth inspired by Ebizie's rare neurological disorder, visual snow. Through Distorted Constellations, Ebizie proposed an acceptance of neurodiverse spectrum as a radical way to make changes in society, establishing one in which all diversity is allowed space to flourish. She presented us with a versatile new world that draws upon the language of sci-fi and ritualistic practice to further warp and bend reality towards a landscape for new transformative encounters. From this exploration of atypical perception, she encourages us to question how much we can trust our senses and therefore our understanding of our own environments. She asks us to recognize that our own unique neurology has implicit effect on how we perceive the world, forming bias and prejudices, and map our place within it. Left with the reminder that, according to neuroscientists, reality is subjective, perception is fallible, and how we experience the world is due to our own specific neurology. Thanks Nwando and everyone involved behind Distorted Constellations. Follow the links in the description below to her website, socials, and more. Alright everyone, that concludes our visual snow art exhibit. I'd like to take a moment to thank Mary, Jennifer, Michelle, and Nwando for being a part of this video and sharing your work with the world. Keep doing what you're doing. You've all made the visual snow community a happier and stronger place through your art and have spread so much awareness. Amazing work everyone. I love all of your different perspectives and ways you've chosen to represent something so personal in such a beautiful way, making the rest of us not feel so alone in it. As said before, to learn more about these amazing artists, view more of their pieces, and even purchase their work, follow the links in the description below to Mary, Jennifer, Michelle, and Nwando's websites, socials, and stores. Please support them. Alright Snowy, it's time to sign off, but what a fun experience this was. Until next time, Bad Reception viewers, please remember to subscribe to this channel for more visual snow content and follow Bad Reception on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.